Hello, welcome to Gen Z Finance. I'm documenting my financial journey here on YouTube and over on my Instagram at ZNOFinance. So please make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and go follow me over there for more personal finance content. It is finally time to budget my first paycheck of 2022. So I am paid bi-weekly. You can see I've already entered in the paycheck. I just need to correct, and it was $1,100.48. So I'll save that and then edit, enter now. And I quickly wanted to come over here. So this is my Paycheck Planning Workbook. I showed this on my channel a couple times, like when I was trying to work through what some of my goals were going to be. And so if you watch that video, then you know that these are my paycheck calculators, and this is what I used to kind of predict what my income would look like. And you can see here that when I entered in all of my information, I was projecting that my net paycheck was going to be 1,180 cents, but it was actually 1,148 cents. So I was within like 40 cents, which I'm really happy about. And so then I used this like budget forecast to kind of help me plan out what paychecks are going to cover what expenses for what months. That's just something I usually refer back to when I'm doing my budgeting. I don't show you this all the time, but I wanted to just show you guys that I'm really happy that I got in really close. So I do have this entire Paycheck Planning Workbook for sale. You can buy it, and there are details in the description box down below if you're interested in that. Let's get back to my budgeting. My checking account is reconciled, and I believe all of my other credit cards are as well, but I am going to update this. Oh, I've got a transaction. I'm going to see the Spider-Man movie with a friend this weekend, and I paid for the tickets. It's $45.60, and the reason why it's so much is because it's going to be me and a friend, so I got 2 tickets, but then just because of COVID and everything, and in general, I already don't really like people sitting next to me in movie theaters. I got like an extra seat for myself so that I can have a buffer, because I am that person, and it was reserved seating, so I could like pick the seats that I wanted. So I have an extra buffer for myself. So it was like 3 tickets plus a convenience fee plus like taxes. It was $45.60, which I think is ridiculous. And this is why I don't like seeing movies in theaters. But I do really want to see the new Spider-Man movie, so we're gonna do that. And then this is just a reminder for me to either like cancel this subscription or what, because I am using a app called Lose It to kind of like help track my calories and my like exercising. So this is actually a good reminder that I need to budget for that. So let's get into my budget. You can see I have $1,148. Most things in January are taken care of, and the things that are not, we will like fix along the way. But first I'm gonna jump forward into February, and because I do budget 1 month ahead, and I'm gonna start putting money towards these things. So I'm gonna put $250 towards my bills to mom category. Normally I want $450 in here, but I'm gonna split this up. In the past, I've been putting all like $450 in with 1 paycheck, but I'm just gonna split this between 2 just because it's what I would prefer to do. Next, I'm gonna budget for my monthly subscriptions. Then I need to come down to my hidden categories and open up my annual subscription sinking funds. I'm going to select all of these, and I need to fund those all the way. And I guess I should probably add Lose It. I think it will be charged like January 23 that I'll need to save up for it. And so this will be $40 needed by date. I'll say I need it by January 1st of 2023, repeat every year, save. So I need another $334, which I will budget for that. Oh, and then I had $105.21 here in my Netflix category, because in like 2020 and 2021, what I did was like purchase a Netflix gift card at the beginning of every year, and then just like used that for my Netflix for the year. But now I'm just doing like a monthly subscription on it. So maybe I'll use this to pay for my Lose It subscription for this year. Sorry, I'm like working through that. Okay, next I want to put $100 towards my living expenses. Okay, and then I'll put $170 to my fun money category. Next, we're getting into giving. I'll do $50 in donations. I'm gonna start building up my 2022 gift sinking fund. So that's gonna be $85 more this month. And then I'm just gonna do $15 for family giving. I need $50 for my prescriptions for February, and then $15 for car ownership and $15 for electronics. So I've got $315.45. Let me jump back to January and cover some of this. So the overspending I have in entertainment, I'm going to take that from my like fun money holding category that I have. So you're going to see this $74.84 drop down. That's covered. This $40 is the annual fee for that like exercise app and calorie tracking app. And I've got to decide if I want it under like this fitness category or if I want it under like my annual subscriptions. Right now I have it under like my health category, but let me cover this overspending with that like Netflix sinking fund that I had. So now I have $65.21 in there. And for now, I'll just keep that money in there. I'll deal with it. Open this up next time. Okay, so I still have $315.45. Okay, let me jump forward into February again. So I currently have $220 set for therapy, and each appointment is $55. I don't know how many appointments I'm going to have or how often I'm going to have them. I actually have my first therapy appointment today. I'm sure some of those details are going to be worked out then. So the $220 should cover me for at least 4 sessions, but let me just put in another $55 here. So that covers me if I have a session in February. So I just want to build up a little bit of a buffer. And then again, after I talk to my therapist today, I'm sure we'll kind of have a plan or some type of timeline in place, how many sessions, how often, that kind of thing. But I'll put some money towards that for now. And then I like to take care of my travel and trips category 1 month in advance with like my other sinking funds and stuff like that. So I'll put $150 in there. Okay, that leaves me $110, which I think what I need to do is I'm going to jump back into February. I don't need $100 in my living expenses. Honestly, like not getting that much in gas every month, there's no way I would spend $100 just on health and hygiene. So I think I want to drop this down to $80 a month. And let me edit this as well, 80. So let me take out $20 from here. That's better. That leaves me $130.45. Then we're back in January again. My goal is to put $150 towards 2023's medical deductible sinking fund every month. I only have $130, but let's just do what I can. So I'll put $130 in there, and then I don't like putting change into my categories. I like these to all be at 0. So I'm gonna put the 45 cents into my holding category. And so there, everything is budgeted. Before I end this video, something I wanted to talk about is I've gotten a couple questions on it, and I haven't talked about it or shown you all how I do this in a while, is just determining how much I can have in my checking account and my savings account and all of that. The thing about YNAB is they don't really care where your money is. So you can see I have $27,700 like in my budget, but that could be my checking account, that could be my savings account, that could be in cash, that can be in Venmo. So it only really matters if it matters to you. And when I first started YNAB, I was very, very particular. Like this savings section, it would match perfectly. The total available amount would match perfectly to what was actually in my savings account. You can see here that I have in my savings account $25,700, but in my savings specific category, I only have $22,700. So there's about a $3,000 difference. So obviously now that doesn't matter to me as much. But regardless of how you handle it, if you can create a group and put whatever categories you have under that group and make sure it matches your checking account or your savings account perfectly. But this is what I do. So I go to the month that I have money budgeted out the farthest, which in this case is February, but you can even go a month out on top of that just to be super safe and go to March. I'd come down here to hidden categories and make sure that like all of the categories I have money available in, I can see, because I don't usually keep all of these open. And then I look at the categories that I know I will not need money for them within the next month or 2. So I'm obviously going to need the money that's in my responsibilities. I'll need the money in my living expenses, like me, myself, and I. I won't need all of $1,000 in my family giving. I don't have any gifts or birthdays coming up, so I won't need the $170. So I'll select that. I don't need the $400 in my dental or vision, but I'll leave the $275 there for therapy because, those appointments are going to be happening this month and next month. If I had any money in my investing, I would not select that because usually that money comes out that month. Unless something happens, I won't need my car ownership money or my electronics. I usually don't need any of the money in my savings. I usually don't plan on spending that. And I don't need the money in my subscriptions for a while. The next one I need it for is like April 2022. And same thing with my wish farm, no plans to spend that currently. So I select all of the groups or the specific categories that I know I won't really need that money for the next month or 2. And then I come over here to the side and I look here, available. How much money I have available in those categories? $26,423. So that is how much I can pretty confidently say I don't need to have available to me in my checking account. That is how much money I could have outside of my main checking account, your main account where most of your bills are connected to. If we look over here to the side, but $25,702 is in my main high yield savings account. I have about $300 in cash, so that's not in my checking account, and then $41 in Venmo. So again, that's like not in my main checking account. And that comes out to be about $26,043 that is outside of my checking account. I have about $400 that doesn't necessarily need to be in like my main checking account, that's in my checking account, which is fine by me. Like that is close enough. I mean, I don't need the numbers to exactly match. But right now, I know I could transfer about another $400 from my checking account into my savings account. And then you can also obviously do this like the opposite way. So that was me figuring out how much I could have in my savings account. This is me figuring out how much I want to have in my checking account. So now I'm like, okay, I always like to have my bill money in my checking account. I like to have my monthly varied living, my fun money, my donations, random acts of kindness. I want to have my prescriptions and my therapy in my checking account. I don't have anything in investing, but anything in investing. And then my credit cards. So when I come over here, that tells me that I need $1,628. Well, you can see here I've got $2,000. Again, $400 more than I need. The other way that I like to make sure that I have enough in my checking account is making sure I have like the show running balance checked. And I like to look at it from the current month to the next month, and just look at this balance total and make sure it's never going below zero or never getting too close to that zero line. So this is how I enter in my paychecks as like scheduled future transactions, because if you have a scheduled repeating transaction, my paycheck is every other week. So let's say I put that in, I say like, this is my paycheck, you know, it's $400 just for a test. It will only ever show, YNAB will only ever show the next transaction of that. You can see I have like the 114 one and it's repeating every other week, but it's not showing the next one. So I personally don't like that. I want to see like all of the paychecks I have coming in the next month. So what I do is, and you can see it here, is I just have a transaction. It's not repeating, and I can update this because this will probably also be 48 cents. And so once I enter that in, I check it, I come up to edit, I press duplicate, and then I just change the date manually. So if my next paycheck is on the 28th, the one after that will be on February 11th, save. And so I do the same thing again. I will edit, duplicate, and this next one will be on the 25th. So now I have a pretty good idea of what my balance will look like over the next month. Now, obviously this doesn't include everything, but this gives me a good idea. So this is what the other way that I like to check to make sure I have enough in my checking account and I know that everything else can go to my savings account. I'm not in danger at all of hitting zero or close to zero. Since I've started YNAB, I've never been overdrafted because of those two methods. Like I said, I go to the furthest out month that I have money budgeted. I always, select the categories that I know or I can reasonably guess that I won't need money in the next month or two from those categories. And then I also just look at this running balance, especially entering, scheduled transactions that are going to come out. So that's what I like to do. That's how I work it. When you're beginning YNAB, I actually do recommend that whatever saving specific categories you have, put it all in a savings master group and have that master group match exactly the amount that's in your actual physical savings account. That's what I would do. And then as you get more comfortable with YNAB, as you get more comfortable in following the amount that you have available in your budget as opposed to the amount that you have available in your accounts, you can, move things around. So you'll get used to it with YNAB. You definitely will. And if you're interested in trying out YNAB, I always have a link in the description box down below for a free 34-day free trial. If you use that link to start your free trial and then you end up subscribing to YNAB for the year, you will get an extra month for free, and so will I. So it's always a great deal. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I hope y'all are staying safe and healthy and that you have a good day.